All right, so today we're doing something a little different.
Woo, fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. This is a deep dive into a birthday celebration.
Okay.
Destiny's 26th birthday, to be exact.
I love that.
Yeah, and she's got this podcast called Act Normal,
Okay.
and she decided to record an episode on her birthday.
Oh, wow.
So that's our source material for this deep dive.
That's very cool. A very intimate look into her world.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really interesting to see how someone in the public eye celebrates, such a personal occasion.
Right.
So we're going to unpack a lot in this episode. We'll look at her journey, her personality, all those stand on your business vibes she's known for.
Yeah, what's so interesting about this particular deep dive is that we're not just analyzing words on a page.
Right.
We're experiencing a celebration.
Oh, for sure.
It's as if we're a fly on the wall at Destiny's birthday party.
Exactly.
The energy, the guests, the cake, it's all there in this podcast episode.
Yeah, so it kicks off with a ton of birthday wishes from all kinds of people.
Oh, cool.
Her mom, her dad, cousins, uncles, a whole family affair.
Wow.
Yeah, and what really struck me is how each message emphasizes Destiny's drive and ambition. It's not just a simple happy birthday. It's more like, I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished.
I love that.
Yeah, and I feel like that speaks volumes about the values that were instilled in her from a young age. It's like a foundation of support that has really propelled her forward.
Absolutely. It's like they're recognizing not just her as a person, but all the hard work she's done to get to where she is today.
Totally. And speaking of moving forward, she drops some big news right away.
Well, what is it?
She's going on tour with Rod Wave.
Whoa.
Yeah. Can you imagine the energy in that room?
Oh, my God.
It's a huge milestone in her career, and you can just feel the excitement in her voice.
Absolutely. And I think this announcement is fascinating for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
First, it's like this tangible manifestation of her hard work.
Yeah.
We hear her talk about setting goals, staying focused,
Mm-hmm.
standing on her business. And now we actually see it paying off, in a very big way. But it also makes you wonder, what dreams are you working towards manifesting in your own life?
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
And as if all this excitement wasn't enough, they decide to bake a birthday cake.
What?
Right there in the studio.
No way.
Yeah, while they're chatting,
Wow.
Destiny and her co-host Jada, they just start baking.
That's hilarious.
It's so spontaneous and playful.
I love it.
And a little messy flour flying everywhere. But it just adds this really authentic, unscripted feel to the whole celebration.
Right. It shows that they're,
Yeah.
not just focused on the business side of things.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can relax and have fun.
And it's like you're right there with them,
Yeah.
experiencing the chaos and the joy of baking a cake.
It's like a reminder that even with all her success, she's still just a normal person who enjoys,
Yeah,
simple things like baking a cake.
absolutely. And I think that's really relatable.
For sure.
But in the midst of all the fun,
Yeah.
Destiny takes a moment to reflect on the past year, like her 25th year.
Okay.
And she's honest. She doesn't sugarcoat things.
All right.
She says that the first 3 months were really tough testing and heavy, were her exact words.
Wow.
But she emphasizes that it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that resilience is a key takeaway for me.
Absolutely. Life throws curveballs, at
Right.
everyone.
But it's how we respond
Exactly.
that really shapes our journey.
Right.
And Destiny's attitude become this focus on overcoming challenges and finishing strong. It's such a powerful reminder that we all have the strength to navigate those difficult times.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder if that strength was kind of woven into her story from the very beginning.
What do you mean?
Well, Destiny's mom shares the story of her birth during this episode.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty amazing, actually. There was an unexpected pregnancy. The gender reveal was wrong. They thought she was going to be a boy.
Oh, wow.
And then she arrived prematurely. It's like she was meant to defy the odds from day one.
That's incredible. It's like she was born a fighter,
Exactly. And it makes you think, could those early challenges have actually shaped her strength and determination?
That's a really interesting thought,
Yeah.
Is there a connection between her premature fight for life and the resilience she displays today?
It's definitely something to consider.
Now let's unpack this whole standing on your business thing a little further.
Okay, yeah.
It comes up a lot throughout the episode,
Right.
and it's clearly more than just about work.
Yeah. What does she mean by that?
It's about setting boundaries, making choices that align with her values, and not compromising her happiness for anyone.
It sounds like a very powerful personal philosophy.
It is, and it's interesting to see how it manifests in different areas of her life.
Like where?
We see it in her career choices, her relationships, even her approach to self-care. It's about owning your truth and living authentically.
It's like a guiding principle for her.
Absolutely. And speaking of self-care, she mentions that even though she'll be on tour for her actual birthday,
right,
she's still making time for herself.
Good for her.
Yeah, a dinner with loved ones in Dallas, followed by a spa day.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a reminder that even with a crazy schedule,
Yeah,
prioritizing well-being is crucial.
absolutely. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what else stands out to me is like how she manages to blend ambition with authenticity.
What do you mean?
Like she's clearly driven and focused on success,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not afraid to show her true self,
Right.
flaws and all.
Yeah, it's refreshing. You don't see that a lot, especially with people in the public eye.
Exactly. It's like she's not putting on a facade for the cameras or anything.
Right, she's just being herself.
Yeah, and that makes her so relatable.
Totally. And speaking of relatable, let's talk about that How to Act Normal segment,
Oh, yeah.
where they give relationship advice.
Okay.
So the question they tackle is, this listener's boyfriend loves to party,
Oh.
and she's not sure how to handle it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Right, but their advice isn't the typical, compromise and make it work kind of thing.
Oh, really? What do they say?
They're, straight to the point, encouraging her to prioritize her own needs and
Right.
set clear boundaries.
I like that.
It's like they're saying, girl, don't dim your light for anyone,
Right.
especially someone who's not meeting you halfway.
I love their style.
Yeah. And what I appreciate is how it challenges those traditional relationship norms,
Right. Yeah,
It's like they're giving permission to walk away if things aren't working.
absolutely. It's a message of self-respect
Mhm.
and empowerment.
Exactly. And it's delivered with this perfect blend of humor and honesty.
I feel like that's really important when giving advice.
Oh, for sure. You don't want to sugarcoat things. But you also don't want to make the person feel bad.
Yeah, it's like a balance.
It's like getting advice from your best friends.
Exactly the ones who tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Even when it's hard to hear.
Exactly. All right, so speaking of tough, let's move on to the cake competition.
Okay.
Things get pretty intense.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Destiny and Jada, they're both determined to create the best birthday cake.
That's awesome.
Destiny's cake is like this elegant red rose masterpiece.
Oh, wow.
Very sophisticated.
I can picture it.
Just like her. And then Jada goes for a more whimsical boho vibe.
Okay.
Lots of feathers, intricate details,
Cool.
It's a true battle of the baking titans.
I love it.
And what's really interesting is how their cake designs reflect their personalities.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Destiny's is classic and refined.
Right.
While Jada's is more free-spirited and unique.
It's like a visual representation of their styles.
Exactly. And the competition itself, I think, is like a microcosm of Destiny's journey. Well, we see her determination, her focus, her willingness to put in the effort to achieve her goals.
Right. But it's not just about winning, is it?
No, definitely not. It's about the joy of creating something,
Right.
The friendly rivalry and the shared experience with loved ones.
Yeah. And I notice how everyone gets involved, offering their opinions, taste testing the cakes.
Yeah, it's a real family affair.
It really highlights the importance of having a strong support system, whether it's family or friends who are there to cheer you on.
Absolutely. And speaking of support, check out this amazing birthday gift.
That is it.
A custom-made Act Normal robe.
Wow.
With Destiny's face printed on it.
That is amazing.
I know, right? Only Destiny could pull that off.
Seriously. And that robe, it's more than just a funny present.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a symbol of her brand,
All right.
her humor, her connection with her team.
Totally. It's a reminder that success doesn't have to be serious all the time. And the gifts keep coming. Designer clothes, luxurious candles, a karaoke machine.
Wow, they really spoiled her.
They did, and it's clear that they know her well.
Yeah, they put a lot of thought into those gifts.
Right. But amidst all the material gifts, there's this really special moment.
What happened?
Destiny takes a minute to express her gratitude for her mom.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, she talks about how her mom's belief in her success really shaped her journey.
That's so powerful, the impact a supportive parent can have,
Yeah, it's like her mom gave her this unshakable belief in herself.
It's amazing.
And it's not just her mom. Throughout the episode, her friends and family, they all praise her work ethic, her drive.
Right.
It paints a picture of someone who's incredibly focused, but also grounded and connected to her loved ones.
Yeah, she seems to have a really good balance in her life.
She does. So as we head into the final part of our deep dive, I want to ask you, what's resonating with you most about Destiny's approach to life and her definition of success? You know, it's really something watching her unwrap all those gifts, and just feel the love from her family and friends. It makes you realize that success isn't just about the material stuff or the awards. It's about the journey.
Absolutely.
The connections, the impact you have on others.
It's about the people you share it with.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of impact, I want to go back to that moment where Destiny talks about her mom.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so powerful how she describes her mom's unwavering belief in her.
Right. Like she knew Destiny would be successful before she even knew it herself.
Yeah. It's like her mom planted this seed of possibility, this belief that she could achieve anything.
And that kind of support can be life-changing.
It really can. And it makes you think about the people in your own life who have been those champions for you,
Yeah.
The ones who've encouraged you to go after your dreams.
It's so important to have those people in your corner.
It really is, and you see that support throughout this whole birthday episode.
Oh, for sure.
It's in the messages from loved ones, the cake competition, the genuine joy everyone has for her success.
Right. It's all about community.
Yeah, surrounding yourself with people who lift you up.
And you know what else I loved about this episode?
What's that?
That relationship advice they gave.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just about finding a solution. It was about empowering that listener to prioritize her own happiness.
Exactly, to set those boundaries.
Which can be so hard, especially for women.
Oh, absolutely. We're often taught to put others first,
Right.
But Destiny and Jada are like, nope, put yourself first.
And it all comes back to that stand on your business mentality.
It does. It's not just a saying. It's a way of life, Owning your truth, making choices that align with your values.
And it's clearly working for her.
Yeah, she's built a career. She loves surrounding herself with amazing people.
Right. And she's still prioritizing her own growth.
Exactly. And as the episode ends, you can just feel the gratitude from Destiny,
Yeah.
She's thankful for the gifts to celebrate.
But mostly for the people in her life.
Yeah, the people who make it all worthwhile.
It's a good reminder that at the end of the day, it's the connections we make that truly matter.
It really is. So we've explored Destiny's journey, her personality, her values, what she considers success.
And I think the biggest takeaway is that true success isn't a destination. It's an ongoing journey.
Absolutely.
It's about being yourself.
Yeah.
Growing as a person.
Having strong relationships.
And staying true to who you are.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I have one last question for you.
Okay, shoot.
What's one thing you'll take away from Destiny's story?
That's a good one. I think for me, it's just the reminder that you have the power to create the life you want.
You do.
To define your own success. Just surround yourself with people who support you.
Love it. Well said.
Destiny is living proof of that.
She is. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Destiny's world.
This was fun.
It was. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and keep standing on your business.